What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Struggling Day Trader channel. I am your host, resident day trader, and your brother in the struggle. The name is Hassan, and I'm here to go over my trades for the day. As you can see, today went completely off the rails. You know, whenever I have like one or two trades on the books, then usually it's a good day. But whenever I have four or five, I don't even want to count, man, eight or nine trades that I've traded, eight or nine tickers that I've traded, it was just a day of not being willing to accept defeat and not being able to just walk away with my first few trades and take notes from that and grow from that and come back tomorrow. It's like I'm just trading like today was the last day I would ever be able to trade, and if I don't get it right today, then I never get another chance, which would be pretty sad if that was the case because I'm down 5R. um God, just dumb. I don't know what happened. I started out really good on BA, man. BA was a great trade. I added to it on the way up, probably a little too far up, but took profits nicely. I probably should have taken profits up there. I think I just missed it. This was like a really quick spike up, and yeah, I ended up stopping out the rest of the position down there. Would have been great to just move my stop up underneath one of these green candles. But anyway, yeah, I made out with over 3R on BA. And this was basically one of those narrow range opening candle breakouts, 2 minute range breakout. Um, and it worked out well. It worked out well. The only thing I would want to improve on is if I would just focus on the position more, I think I would be able to take better advantage on taking profit on the last leg. But what happens is I'm jumping into other trades, and so I'm not able to closely watch, um, my positions and see, wow, we ran into some resistance there. Maybe I can drag my stop up, you know. But anyway, it was a good trade. I did take profit on it, up 3R. You gotta love that. But then I don't know what happened, man. This Futu looked like a decent trade. It was extended from VWAP though, and I usually don't like. I haven't really had this rule play on me in a while, where I kind of had that focus of not entering extended from VWAP. But I mean, this is the opening range on the one, I believe. Yeah, so I had that line there, and it traded up and then came back, looked like it was testing that level. But this level is only significant to me when VWAP is there also. I want 2x support, not 1x support. So I would say Futu pop pullback on 1x support, need 2x support. And really, that was a pretty aggressive move up on Futu. On that kind of a move up, you really would expect either a consolidation or a pretty deep pullback. Which, I mean, it's almost 50% that it pulled back, but you would think it would need to cool off for a while. Yeah, so definitely could see some improvement on that entry. That was just, I like the daily setup on Futu. And when I saw that, I just felt that that was good enough. It's not a terrible entry, but I mean, even if I did put my stop under VWAP, I still would have stopped out. Um, yeah, I don't know how upset I can be at myself on that entry. It's definitely not textbook, but it's not a terrible entry. Um, but I really do want to focus on the ones that have the VWAP and HVS. You know, the really solid two levels of support. So you just gotta. It just sometimes it gets hard to keep that filter turned all the way up and filter out those lower level setups, especially when you feel like the market is gonna be moving up, or you feel like the setup is calling for a move up. That's where that bias really gets you, man. You really gotta trade what's there and not get excited about the potential. You know, you gotta trade what's on the chart. Nvidia, this is basically the same situation. I'm upset about this one because of this tweezer pattern right here, and I don't like it. I need to write it up here, but I don't like the tweezer pattern. I don't know if my ideas about it are just bad, but it never works out for me. Like really, once I see that, I just need to back away. And I share size super tight, got stopped out immediately. But I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if I put my stop all the way under the tweezer. It still failed from there. Yeah, it's just not a good. This first move up, the retracement was almost 100%, and then moved up again, and another really deep retracement on a big red candle. Just not a good look. If anything, I should have waited for the retest of VWAP after the tweezer. But yeah, that's really all I needed was one more test of VWAP, and that entry would have been golden. But it was a lower low. I would have had to wait for this guy right here to really find a good entry. Let it come back down to VWAP, make a higher high over that and a higher low. Then I could have taken that. You're just impatient for desired setup, which is VWAP plus HVS. Yeah, really got today, man. NVDL was pretty much the same thing. I just basically re-entered NVIDIA, but on NVDL instead. Yeah, I just pretty much got right back in on a cheaper version of NVIDIA just to get stopped out again when it went down to VWAP. This is why I don't like to buy extended from VWAP because a lot of times it goes back down to VWAP. Just wait for the VWAP, wait for the test of VWAP, and then you see what happens. If I would have just waited for this test of VWAP, saw it trade up, and then pull back on these narrow range candles, then I could have maybe taken an entry extended from VWAP, entered there, maybe put my stop under there. It would have been plenty of room for this thing, man. Just impatient FOMO all written all over my day today. I really wasn't even going to do a review video because I'm just like ashamed of my performance today. Just ignoring all my rules. Trading after 10:30. I told myself after BA that if I lost one more that I was going to walk away with my 2R. And as you can see, I just kept trading. And it's like I know I'm trading at a risk level where I'm not going to like make a bunch of money. So it's no, like, what am I FOMOing about really? I mean, I want to make good trades. I want to see myself making good trades, but sometimes the best trade is no trade. Sometimes the best thing to do is to create a habit of, okay, it's 10:30, let's stop trading. Okay, you got 3R and you lost 1R, let's walk away for the day. Like, those are the type of habits that are way more important to build and enforce than just chasing R's all day. And I just completely lost sight of myself today. I don't it was just like a total spiral. I can't believe this right now. Yeah, this is atrocious. This is really terrible. I really didn't even want to do a video at all. Like, I don't even have anything to say for myself. I just lost my head, man. I just lost my head. It really should have been, if I would have just traded BA and then I lost on Futu. Typically a loss for me, like rarely is a loss for me, my setup failed. Like usually my loss is I got in something that wasn't actually my setup and it failed because of that. And so the biggest thing I should take from a loss is like, bro, you're tripping. Like you're not seeing things clearly, you know? So definitely after my second loss, like I should have just realized, hey man, this isn't a good day. You're going to throw it all away. Just walk away, you know? Yeah, after Futu, okay, maybe I gave myself one more. But after NVIDIA, like, just leave with your R, man. Just leave with your R. Yeah, I really came in really fiery today. I wanted to add to my winners. And, you know, as soon as I saw things working, I started adding to them. And I don't really have a good system for that. Like on this BA trade, I got in here, added there. I mean, it worked out, but I think it would have been better to add over the whole dollar or 176 if I was going to add, and not so close to 177. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I get too fluid sometimes and I just stop trading my system and I just feel like I can come in here and just trade the price action raw. Just like, oh yeah, I can see the setups regardless of my rules, which is like, I don't know where that comes from, because if it was that easy, I'd be a consistently profitable trader already. But it's not that easy, and got these rules right here for a reason. So, man, down 5R after a green week. Like, this is like my whole week last week in one day. Man. Yeah, I really have to manage my winnings. You know, like I had the right mindset after I won on BA and then I lost on Futu. I told myself I'm gonna give myself one more trade, and if I lose, I'm leaving. I'm walking away with my R. But after that happened, I started gunslinging, man. I just literally started gunslinging, and that's not the way to do it. That's not the way you run a business. It's not the way you execute a trading system. So, yeah, I don't know. Some days, man, it feels like you're getting so close, and then you have a day like today where you just like revert all the way back to dumb mistakes. I mean, BA was good though. BA was good. Dell was actually good. I just added one too many times and I was forced to raise my stop to maintain my risk, and I got stopped out by 3 pennies. 3 pennies and missed this whole run up. So that sucks. So I had a really good trade on BA and a really good trade on Dell. I just invalidated my Dell trade by adding. And this first ad I'm not terribly upset with, but the second ad, that was a bit much. That really forced me to raise my stop up super tight. And really, if I would have waited for an actual pullback to add, I could have added here, and this would have been a lot better. That would have been actually the most excellent place to add on the whole chart, and would have went straight up into the money, and it would have been cool. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Oh, man. I'm really happy that I'm making these mistakes at $5 risk. But at the same time, man, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. 2 good trades can bring it back, so it's not the end of the world. But when I'm really anxious for each day to be a step forward, it just really sucks to take steps backwards. But I know that's part of this. I know that's part of it. But man, this is really crazy how hard this is. But a good learning experience. I gotta stay focused on my strategy. I'm getting too fluid. I'm straying away from things. I'm gonna stop doing that and just get back to what I know. I got two things in my playbook now. I got the 2-minute opening range breakout, and I have the higher high, higher low test to VWAP and HVS. So the 2-minute opening range breakout gives me something to play off the open. And then after that, I can wait for a pullback for things that I can't take right off the open for my second setup. And I just really need to be patient for the good setups. Just really got to be patient for that. Oh, man. Shout out to Bob. Bob from the chat. I don't think Ben was on me too much today, but Bob for sure. He was pleading for me to stop. I just couldn't today, man. I really wanted to get after it. I felt fearless this morning, which was a really nice feeling, because I do pass up on a lot of things out of fear, good things out of fear, but it's hard to keep that calibrated, because sometimes what you mistake as fear is like a warning, like your instinct saying don't do it. But really, I just get clouded and don't see the mistake in the setup. FOMO is what I mean. Yep. So tomorrow, just got to be patient, man, and expect not to trade. No market bias, and just look and see if I see one of my setups. And be patient, man. Be patient. And I need to figure out this adding thing. I think maybe I've kind of been liking to, so right now I buy, when it breaks over a resistance, like breaks through a resistance. But I think it would be better to wait for the retest of that resistance, retest and hold. I don't know. I gotta definitely look back and try some things. Maybe do a little research. I'm sure there's somebody who has some good conversation on adding to positions. But yeah, I kind of threw today away. Not how I wanted to start the week, especially a short week. I'm gonna start a short week in the hole like this. But tomorrow will be a better day. It's not a total catastrophic loss. I did have, a good trade in here and a couple 1Rs in there to make it not a devastating loss. Plus, I'm only trading $5 risk, which I highly recommend for people who are not consistently profitable while they're building out their system and their good habits to keep your risk small and earn your way up to larger risk. And yeah, I was hoping I would be have permission from myself to bump up my risk for June, but it's looking like I need a few more weeks in timeout for sure. But anyway, that's all I got. Just a day of recklessness. Just kind of went off the rails today. Gonna reel it back in for tomorrow. Really go over my plan in the morning and keep in mind what it is that I want to trade. I think I need to put my screenshots of my setup back up on this checklist here of the 2-minute opening range and then the buy setup basically. But yeah, another day, another tip into the tuition bucket, you guys. Anyway, appreciate all your support. Hit that like button and subscribe. And Discord links in the description. I'll catch y'all in the morning. Peace.